Okay, here's another one. I think I'm going to call these homeowner hacks. Here's another homeowner hack. I just shared with you about repairing nail holes. It's blemishes on the wall using Q-tips and paint. And I mentioned at the end about putting leftover paint for touch-up in a jar. Well, I have another project to do here in my kitchen. I pulled the chair too hard into the wall and I was trying to clean it off and I scoured a little bit of paint off. That means I just need to touch it up. I grabbed the can, which is here, and you can see there's not much in there, not much paint in there. And it looks like it really needs to be stirred. It's probably been a year and a half, no, a year. It's been a year since it was painted. So I'm going to have to stir that pretty wildly to get it to be in a consistency that'll be the right color. And since there's so little in the can, I'm thinking, I don't want to just put the cover on. I might not be able to revive it next time. It's water-based, so some water should do that. But I don't know. What am I going to use to stir? I looked everywhere for a stirring stick, a paint stick. And I'm pretty good about keeping things like that around. And I didn't see any. I've got 3 or 4 cans of paint down there. And then I realized, oh, that's because I cut them up to make a shim. Oh, shall I show you? I cut them up to make a shim over here under my spice cabinet. This is an old-fashioned, you put nutmeg in one, cinnamon in another, sugar in another, salt in another. There's nine drawers. And I've had that in my house forever. It was from my dad. Anyway, so the stirring sticks are underneath my spice cabinet. That doesn't do me any good. What am I going to do? And I decided it's water-based and I can clean it up right after. So I'm going to stir it with this spatula thing for cake stirring, Then I thought, if I'm going to go through all of that, I don't want to just put the cover on, as I said. God's timing. I remember a couple of days ago that I threw away an empty jar of mayonnaise. I'm digging around in the trash. Thank the Lord I didn't take it out to the thing outside. I wouldn't have pulled it out for that. But I found the jar and I've washed it up really well. I used a lot of soap because I didn't want any of the oils from the mayonnaise to get into the paint, if it might affect the color. And I'll dry that up really well. And then I'll stir up my paint and I'll pour it into that mayonnaise jar. I'm pretty sure it's not, but even so, if it fills the jar, that'll be plenty. And then I'll take up my trusty little Q-tips and I'll repair the mark on the wall. Do you want to see what that is? What it looks like? All right, it's over here. It's right, oops, where's my finger? It's right there. And you can see there's a little bit of a line across. Whoops, if I could show you let's back up there. There's a little bit of a line across here because it's the back of the chair. So I'll just do the same thing I mentioned before. I'll put a little extra paint on the area that needs it, and then I'll feather it in right along where that little line is. I now have, let me show you. I now have my prayer shawl on the back of my chair to protect the wall. All right, that's my homeowner hack for today. I hope you're having a great day at home. Bye-bye.